iPods now shipping, Aliens back on iTunes yet again, Loopers, director's commentary for the theater, Apple's tribute, Purple Flare, iCloud storage, and mobile phone news. It is Monday, October 8th, 2012, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chaten, and this is what's going on in the Apple world today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of iWake. Tim here, and first off today is the exciting news that I'm getting my iPod hopefully this week. So the iPods were available for pre-order the same day the iPhone 5 was, but they weren't shipping until October, and Apple still says October as the ship date. For those that pre-ordered, like myself, we now have this notification that your order is prepared for shipment and cards have been charged. So I'm anticipating that my Nano will be shipped Sunday evening or Monday morning and delivered sometime this week. So I will have the new Nano this week, and I'd expect retail stores to get their hands on them very soon as well. So exciting news for those interested in the iPods as I am. So I need this Nano to finish this book I'm working on, and I'm very excited to get my hands on the EarPods. I've listened to them a little bit with friends' EarPods, but haven't owned my own, and I'm very anxious for these to arrive. So that's that. Next up is some entertainment news, and I normally put this at the end of the show, but we've got some interesting things to talk about today. First up, Aliens by Fox is now back on iTunes. Now, Aliens has been yanked on and off throughout the year. It started off where you could buy the SD versions for $10, either a special edition or director's or the theatrical. That got yanked off for a month or so. Then it was put back on and then yanked off again, and then put back on and yanked off again. Now it's back on as a special edition HD copy for $15, regular for $10. And I'm glad that they decided to put this back on iTunes. I have now purchased this, and it's now in my iCloud collection. So if they yank it off again, I've still got it in iTunes and Cloud. This is the special edition, which is the better version, I believe. Previously, they just offered the theatrical, so I'm glad they put the best version back up. Sadly, there are no iTunes extras. They didn't go all out with it like they did with Alien 1 with the director's cut. Another thing to note is that all the other Alien films have the copyright of 20th Century Fox. This one has Times Newspapers Production Company Limited. It's different from the other films. I'm curious if there is something weird going on with the digital rights of Aliens that may not be present with the other three films. So just something to note there. It's back on iTunes. I've got a link in the show notes to it. The other big entertainment thing is Looper. So I saw Looper in theaters. I also saw Taken 2 in theaters. Both I highly enjoyed. The director of Looper released something rather interesting. Rian Johnson recorded a commentary track to be downloaded, put on an iPod, and listened to in the theater as you're watching Looper. This is an odd thing that he tried with Bloom, and they have gotten a few requests to do it again. So they've done it. It's totally different from the commentary track that will be on the Blu-ray and DVD, a bit more technical and detailed. Needless to say, this is not to be listened to on a first viewing or before you've seen the film. Also, please work it so that a glowing screen is not showing during the movie. Listen to the introduction before heading into the theater. It has instructions, and let the director know how it works. He posted this on his Tumblr page about Looper, and I've downloaded it. I'm probably going to go see Looper again and watch it with the commentary, or I may start out just seeing, hey, does this commentary work as a standalone podcast type audio listening experience? Anyways, it's linked to in the show notes, and it seems like a rather interesting thing. That directors are actually releasing commentaries for free that encourage you to see the movie twice in theaters, and it's just very cool that he actually did this. Next up, I just wanted to remind people that Apple did put a tribute up to Steve Jobs on Friday, and it is up today, Sunday. I'd imagine it will be yanked on Monday, but who knows. For those that missed out this weekend, I have preserved this tribute on my YouTube channel. I've preserved both the video and the letter by Tim Cook. It's all up there on my YouTube channel, and it's linked to in the show notes. Tim Cook has a lovely letter, and the video is quite touching as well. So it is now 1 year after Steve Jobs' passing, and Apple paid tribute, and I want to just acknowledge that. Next up today is a new support article by Apple. It addresses the iPhone 5 purple flare issue, lens flare issue, that I don't think is an issue at all, and Apple says the following. Most small cameras, including those in every generation of iPhone, may exhibit some form of flare at the edges of the frame when capturing an image with out-of-scene light sources. This can happen when a light source is positioned at an angle, usually just outside the field of view, so that it causes a reflection off the surfaces inside the camera module and onto the camera sensor. Moving the camera slightly to change the position at which the bright light is entering the lens, or shielding the lens with your hand, should minimize or eliminate the effect. So basically, Apple says this is normal and not a bug. Next up is iCloud storage. So many of you may have been MobileMe customers. I myself was. I got an email that basically said this. When you moved your MobileMe account to iCloud, Apple provided you with a complimentary storage upgrade beyond the standard 5 gigabytes that comes with an iCloud account to help you with the transition. Originally, the storage upgrade was set to expire on September 30th, 2012. As a thank you to our former MobileMe members, we will continue to provide you this complimentary storage upgrade at no charge for an additional year until September 30th, 2013. No action is required on your part. For complete details, please read this article linked to in the email. iCloud team. So this is really cool news, and it certainly explains that bug we had with the 2050 bug a few days ago. I'm thinking that someone had an emergency, hey, all our storages are going to expire. Let's click it. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. 2050, that's going to fix the bug. So that's going to fix the expiration date of people's storage. So they've now gone back, and it's 2013 for the expiration date on that storage. Very cool stuff there. Apple also updated their Apple Store app for iPhone 5. Version 2.32 is the update for that. Finally today is some mobile phone news. First up is AT&T. They have adjusted their service cancellation period from 30 days down to 15 days. I believe, 15 days. Or 14 days, sorry. So effective October 7th, 2012, AT&T will move to a 14-day equipment return and service cancellation policy. That is now in place, and just 2 weeks now to cancel service if you find you're not happy with AT&T. T-Mobile has they haven't also done that, but what they have done is made it more iPhone friendly. They are now stocking nano SIMs in many of their retail stores, so if you have an unlocked iPhone 5, you are now able to go to T-Mobile and use your phone on their network. So that is now a thing, and a very cool thing at that. So that's what's going on in the Apple world today, and the entertainment world, I should say, as well. You can find the show notes at iWakePodcast.com. I also do videos over at youtube.com/TCHATEN. I also do this thing called iWake Again. It's a weekend podcast every Saturday or Sunday where I do a 15 to 30 minute episode, interviews, discussions, and monologues about Apple-related things. It is $10 a month. It also grants you access to the scripts I read from, and it provides you a way to pay for the free content you access today. So iWakePodcast.com/again to sign up for that. I thank you if you are a supporter of iWake by being a subscriber to that. iWakePodcast.com/again. With that, thank you guys for listening or watching today's show. I'll be back tomorrow for another episode of iWake. Have a good one. Aloha.